name's Colleen.
Yeah, and Kyle.
This is Kyle from Real Friends. I'm from Self Concrete Magazine. And we're today at the Nile Theater. Are you guys playing the above ground?
The underground.
Underground, aka the hell hole. It's gonna be hot and sweaty. Wish you were here. All right, so let's just start off. How did you actually meet everyone in the band? Not individually, but just as a general.
We were just kind of like all in different bands, and me and Dave, our guitar player, started the band, and he was playing in a band with me at the time. He was like playing drums. He was kind of like filling in. He kind of like knew the other guys. I didn't know him that well. So, and then him and I kind of gained a friendship through that, and kind of wanted to do something more serious. So, and like he was playing drums, but he's more of a guitar player. So we kind of like, that's how it kind of all started. So.
What was high school like?
High school for me was a lot of ditching, and yeah, so I ditched a lot of high school. I graduated, so I'm glad I did. But I never went to college or anything. I just did music always. So. But yeah, high school was a lot of just getting by. I was like the C student, so yeah, that was me in high school.
Okay, now all of your high school friends, do you still keep in touch with them?
No, not really. I have one friend of mine that I've known like my whole life that I keep in contact with, but high school, no, it's kind of a whole different crowd for me now.
Okay.
So.
Not even on social media or anything like that?
No, not really.
Now, what is the band's view or your individual view about social media?
Social media for like
for publicity, for interaction.
I think it's great. I mean, like we owe everything that our band is to social media, in my opinion, because like, you know, there's a lot of people that say like word of mouth and blah blah blah. Like to me, social media is word of mouth. Like, you know, like if I were to go to the show right now and go downstairs, like I'd probably see a bunch of kids like this. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
And that's just the way it is. You know, like I'm old and I get like weird about it sometimes. I'm like, yeah, on your phone. Even guys in my band, I'm like, you're always on your phone. What the heck, you know? But it's like that's the way it is. It's 2013, and you know, if I really like a band or something, or like someone else really likes a band, like chances are they're not gonna go and like tell every one of their friends. Like maybe they'll post the YouTube video of the song on their Facebook. That can't stop jamming to this, blah blah blah, whatever. Like that's word of mouth today, with social media, and like we've been a band that has, you know. Use social media in a very prominent way of us coming up as a band, and I think it's very important. I think if a band doesn't utilize it, it's like they're lost almost in a way. You know, I think there's different tactics. Like you don't want to be the annoying band or spamming or tweeting all the time and stuff. But I feel like we do our best to like kind of get a grip on it and be like just real and use it as more interaction with fans. You know, because I know like 16-year-old me, like if I was able to get a tweet back from like a band that I really liked, so I'd be like, oh wow, that's so cool, you know what I mean? So I think it's a very good tool to use.
Oh, talking about social media, Tumblr is obviously a huge social media network for people who are into music and who are mostly into pictures and just blogging.
Yeah.
So now, a lot of YouTube comments I find call you a Tumblr band. Now, how would you react to that?
I mean, I don't look at it in like a negative way, really, because like I think Tumblr is a great social network. I think it's cool. It's very like image based, which is cool. Like Facebook is really like text based. Like you can do pictures and stuff, but the layout is very like plain.
Yeah.
I think Tumblr is cool because it's like a lot of pictures. There's like GIFs and stuff, and like people are able to connect with us on a bigger level with creativity on there. So like I don't look at it in a bad way at all. But yeah, I mean, like I'll take it. It's cool with me. You know, I think like if kids are going out of their way to like reblog something or even like make a picture with our lyrics or whatever, I know that's really big on Tumblr. Like that's cool. Like I'm honored. You know, it's cool.
Cool. Okay. So now, speaking of we're still on social media, who makes those Facebook posts that are just like at 1 a.m. in the morning?
That's me.
Nice.
Yeah, I do like. I mean, I write a majority of our lyrics, so like I try to keep all the Facebook stuff kind of more like along those lines of like whether it be like, you know, like I'll post like new lyrics and stuff, which is cool because for me as an artist, it's really satisfying that I can write something and then post it and kids see it without even being in the song and they react well to it. You know, like a lot of kids will say like, oh, I'm feeling that right now, or like whatever it might be, and it's like it makes me feel good. I'm like, oh wow, like it's cool because it's kind of like a preview almost. You know, like I know when we put out our last CD, a lot of kids were like, I remember these lyrics like in Facebook comments or posts or whatever, or tweets too, you know, and it's like, I think it's cool and it's a good way to kind of see a band that you enjoy and they say something and you might look at it on your phone or computer and be like, wow, like I'm feeling that right now, you know, it's like connecting on an even higher level of just putting a CD into the CD player or playing on your iPod. You know?
Yeah, makes sense. All right, so now what is up with bony knees?
Bony knees, that's something that we've gotten criticized a lot about.
Well, no criticism here. I mean, we just have a bunch of people that are like, what does it honestly mean? You know, taking away all of the negative connotations that may or may not come with it. You know, it obviously means something special.
Yeah, you know, well, there's like sleepy eyes and bony knees that kind of goes like together in a way. And what it means actually is, like in 2011, I was going through like some depression and stuff, like kind of like early 20s angst, you know, like I was dating someone for a while and going through all these roller coasters with that girl, and like at the time, like she, you know, was telling me like, okay, like I want to be with you, I love you, but I love this other guy too, which is like a total, like, it's one of those things that it's like it's not one of those things that you can like just put off, you know? It's something that is always in the back of your head, and like sleepy eyes comes from like being tired and being worn out, but not being able to sleep because you have too much going on in your mind. Right. So like you have sleepy eyes, you know what I mean? It's like they're not closed, but they're sleepy because you're like, this sucks, you know? So that's what that comes from. And like bony knees was something that I put in a song because like I do kind of have bony knees, so I just kind of like put it in a song. But it was funny because when I put it in the song, that's what it was on the surface, which is bony knees. And then the more I put it in songs, it kind of actually reflected like getting up off your knees and like moving forward. So like to me, that started to represent that. So when I used it in a song, it had like deeper meaning. You know what I mean? It was kind of like almost like putting all this stuff into those two words. You know, and it's like people that consistently listen could hear that and be like, oh, that means like getting up and positivity and whatever. So like, you know, it kind of rolled with that. You know, we've been writing new music and stuff, and there's actually none of that in there because I feel like we've kind of progressed and grown past that. But I think it's cool. You know, we got some criticism for it and whatever. You know, a lot of people were like, I'm sick of hearing it, blah, blah, blah. But like, it had meaning to it, you know, which I think, you know, a lot of bands these days don't have. So.
That is very true. Okay, so what are some of your future plans?
Like for the band? I would say, for us, I mean, like we just started touring full time in the spring, and like we're just, you know, going to be touring a lot and just writing, and we're going to release a full length hopefully next year. We've just been writing for it and stuff. That's been really exciting. So just really busy, you know, touring and all that, and then when we're home, just writing, and it's kind of been our lives over the past like 7 or 8 months now. So it's been really cool.
Cool. Okay, we have a lot of questions about like a world tour, like including the UK and Canada. So a lot of the fans are over there and are like,
yeah. Well, we were actually just in Canada. Yeah.
Well, she said for more than 3 shows.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
she was very specific.
We were just in Canada. We're doing more touring next year. That actually should dip into the other side of Canada. We're on the eastern side. I think we're going to go more so on the western side as well next year. And then we're going to the UK after this tour, actually. Great. We're driving home from New Jersey. Going to be home for like 10 hours and then getting on a flight and going to the UK.
That actually does not sound fun.
No, it'll all be worth it. So, but
Okay. So now, how was Warp Tour?
Warp Tour is awesome. It's like the hardest thing that you'll ever do, but it's the funnest thing too. It's like the worst and best summer of your life. Like that's what people say, and it's the truth. You know, it really toughens your skin as a band and as a musician, and just like as just a band member. You know, like I do a lot of our business type stuff while on the road, so I was kind of like running around all day. You know, because there's like offices and stuff, and you have to kind of keep up with production people and all that stuff for details when you play, all that stuff. So that was kind of my job every day, and I was going insane, you know. But at the end of the summer, when I was finally able to like breathe, I was like, that was awesome, you know. So, but when it's going on, sometimes you're like, this is awful. This is the worst tour ever. But then it's like, when you get up on stage and you have that 25 or 30 minutes, you're like, it's worth it.
Cool. Now, are you going to plan on trying to go back next year?
Yeah, we're pushing to get on Warp Tour again. I mean, I don't know. You know, every band wants to play Warp Tour. You know, and it's like I really hope that we get picked this year. So we'll see. It's kind of we don't know. You know.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Now, I was like, as I say, I just kind of go through YouTube comments to kind of get a general gist of like how everybody views the band. One of my favorite comments is, "This band has seriously something special. If these guys don't explode in the next year or two, then I have absolutely no faith in the world." So yeah.
Yeah, that's like seeing stuff like that's really flattering, you know, and it's cool. And like, you know, a lot of people say to me like, "Oh, you guys are like blowing up" or whatever, and I don't like to use that term really, because like we're all the same people we were before people cared about our music, I guess. But I will say like we're very grateful for our band's growth, you know, and that's kind of what I say. I don't believe in like, you know, blowing up. I mean, we all still live with our parents, you know, and we're not making any money off of this, you know what I mean? We're not. You know, blowing up to me is like, you know, like John Mayer or Katy Perry, Taylor Swift, all these huge celebrities, you know what I mean? It's like, to me, like, we're just a band and people care, and that's awesome, and like, I love it. Like, I love that I can come to like Arizona and there's kids here to see my band, and like, most importantly, though, like, connect with something that I've wrote with my friends. So that's important to me. So, and with that being said, like, having that happen and keep going, it's growth to me, and I think it's really good growth. So thank you. Yes, if you're watching.
I don't know who said that. I need to find that comment again. Okay, so what is your go-to meal on tour?
Geez, I don't even know. Like, we were a Taco Bell band for a while because I'm vegetarian. Our singer Dan is vegetarian as well, and then we have a vegan. So that's like one place we can actually all eat.
Really?
Because you can get anything there without like meat and just add beans or rice or whatever. So that's a really good place. I mean, we still go there, but not as much. I mean, we've been trying more so to hit like more like of the spots in the area that are maybe not like a chain, you know? So I know this tour we've been trying to do that a lot more.
Where'd you go to here?
I haven't eaten yet, so yeah.
Well, you better.
What's good here?
Okay.
I heard the pizza's good. Is it good?
No.
No, it's cheap though, right?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah,
Yes.
that's more important.
If you want cheap, you gotta get Mexican food while you're there.
I'm sick of Mexican food. I was just in California. So
Why
it's
would you
like-
have Mexican food in California? Well,
There's just a
actually,
lot of
San
Mexican
Diego.
food in California. So, but I might get some cheap pizza. Cheap, if it's like pretty good, if it's like good and it's cheap, I'm like, sweet, I'm good, I'm awesome.
Well, that's like Domino's. Domino's is great.
I like Pizza Hut, preferably. So, but that's a whole other interview. So.
Okay, yeah. Okay, another question we had. Okay, I didn't write this down. What is like the driving soundtrack, or who like makes up the soundtrack when you guys are driving?
It's kind of whoever is driving, more so.
Well, then what do you prefer to listen to when you're driving?
When I drive, I like to listen to kind of more like chilled out, like acoustic type stuff, because like you're driving and you're a bunch of people and they're like kind of, you know, asking to pull over. I need to go to the bathroom. I need to go to the gas station. I need this, and you're just kind of. I just like to like when it is silent. I like to just be like, life's okay. It's good. So
I can do this.
So yeah. So I listen. I mean, I personally listen to a lot more slower music too. I listen to a lot of, like emo music, like American football and stuff like that. So it's kind of my go-to stuff. Jimmy Eat World. So that's kind of like my stuff. I don't know. I don't listen to a lot of like music that sounds like ours. I guess that sounds bad. I'm sorry. But
just because you make it doesn't mean you have to listen.
yeah. So.
All right. Well, thanks for being here.
Thank you. Yeah. Good interview.
Good interview. All right, guys. Tune in later. Twitters, Instagrams, all that other shit is gonna be down here somewhere. I don't know exactly where because we're really zoomed in today. And pictures will be up later.
Thank you.
Check it out.
Thank you.
How do you not know what song that is?
What is it?
How did you not know?
Who is it? I don't know.
The American Pie song.